Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Thursday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Thursday, guys. So, guys, I want to speak in regards to a few things that are indications that you are under a spiritual demonic attack. Now, whatever direction the attack came from, at the end of the day, it's still a demonic attack. So, we're going to talk about a few things, a few signs, and then ultimately we'll speak in regards to certain things that you can do until this attack passes. Ultimately, the enemy is trying to wear you out. He's trying to wear you out. He can't take you out. So then he's going to try to wear you out, right? Get you tired, get you distracted. So you cannot stay tapped in, if you will. And so you miss all of your instructions, all of your strategic moves, and ultimately, potentially, destiny. So here are some signs that you are under some kind of demonic or spiritual attack. Now, there's a lot more. In fact, if you guys have any that you want to plug in the comment section, please feel free to do so. But let's start with exhaustion. No matter how much you rest, this can look like you are getting, 6, 8, 10 hours of sleep. But you're still exhausted. Make it make sense. If you're getting more sleep than what you typically do, why are you still exhausted? Now, granted, some of these things can also be indication of things that are just going on in general, chosen ones, because you guys know we are spiritually sensitive. There's a lot of activity going on right now in the spiritual realm. So part of that can be that as well. But remember, again, we're speaking more specifically on demonic attacks right now. So the enemy, if he gets you so tired and exhausted, then what happens? You don't have the energy to do anything that you need to do in order to stay tapped in. Next, vivid dreams. Now, these dreams are going to be either chaotic, very fearful, just doesn't make sense. It's just not your typical dream if you're a dreamer. These dreams are just like honey all over the place. So you may be experiencing some kind of dreams in order to instill fear in you, even confusion. There may be something that God, that you know, God have given you the okay about, some kind of direction. And then here comes the enemy attacking you in your dreams, trying to get you to be fearful of the very thing that God instructed you to do. Next, health issues. These can be health issues in the sense of that already have medical terms, medical labels, if you will. But then there are some things that your doctor won't even be able to pinpoint. But you know yourself that there's something off with you, but then the doctor can't find anything. These are different infirmities, things like that the enemy will use. Because again, remember, the whole objective is to tire you out, get you exhausted. So if you're dealing with health issues and it's really causing you to not have energy, or you're going to the doctor 50,000 times per week trying to find out what this thing is, all of this is distraction. All of it is distractions. And again, ultimately designed to try to wear you out. So you're focusing on all the wrong things and not tapping in spiritually. Next, confusion and strife within your relationships of all sorts. This can look like he's dropping crazy demonic downloads within your spirit about a person. So you're side-eyeing people and you don't even realize that it's a strategic way of listen. I'm just having to pop up a flashback, if you will. There was somebody that I know this happened to. Someone who on social media, who was probably one of my biggest fans, and all of a sudden, I got this email, and it was so far left. And instantly I knew it was the enemy, because this person was getting so much downloads and getting in alignment with everything that was going on during that time. And then all of a sudden, you're looking at me side eye. You got to be, the enemy is very, 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 very strategic. So the very thing, the very place, the very person, right, that he will use to help you, assist you in whatever way of your life. And when he sees that that thing is really working and unfolding, he is going to attack it. And whatever. This is why we have wisdom. There are things that he's dropping into my spirit about people, but I know better. I know better. Right? So you got to use wisdom, because he's going to attempt to cause strife in your relationships of all sorts. This can be your co-workers. This can be your family, right? He's going to use the people most closest to you. So he's going to try to cause strife, because again, remember, it's ultimately designed to keep your mind all tied up and toiled. So if you're dealing with relationship issues, you're going through your day and you're trying to figure out, did I say that the wrong way? I mean, what happened? I should have just done this. It's all toil. It's all distractions. It's all designed to tire you out. Next, counterfeits. He is sending counterfeits. People, places, and things. The things that look just like what God said would find you. God said, this is the season. This is the place. This is the person. This is the thing. And it's a whole counterfeit. It looks like what God says, right? But remember now, when you're going through spiritual attacks, a lot of the times you're spiritually depleted if you're not careful, because you're trying to, again, he's trying to tire you out. So if he tire you out, then your spiritual tank is not filled. So when you're getting convictions, right, when you really need to hear from the Holy Spirit, you're missing certain things because your cup is so empty. So he will send counterfeits, knowing that you're spiritually depleted, and the person, place, or thing looks like what God says, but your spirit tells you different. So physically, it can look like it. Physically, on paper, it can even align, but what does your spirit say? Next, no desire to tap in. Ultimately, again, with everything that's going on, right, to distract or tire you out. There's just no desire to tap in. You have to be intentional. You have to be intentional about tapping in, right? So, for example, he will try to do everything to get you out of alignment, get you and keep you away from that secret place. Remember, the secret place is where you get your downloads. Let that be reading your word. Let that be nature. Let that be church. Let that, whatever. He's going to try everything to attack you so you don't ultimately get to that secret place, because he knows if you get to that secret place, right, there are so much intricate details and strategy that God is downloading, like right now, seriously. See, okay, the enemy is strategic, right? I always say this, the enemy is strategic. God is most strategic. So the enemy will, especially when you're doing things like you're talking and you're saying things out loud, or you might just say things out of frustration or some kind of way or another, the enemy already got a peek into what God is doing in your life, right? Whatever way, he knows. So then he's going to throw some kind of wrench in there where it knocks off the whole, I wouldn't say blueprint, if you will, but it kind of like it reroutes the blueprint, if you will, kind of like a GPS that reroutes you. So he's going to confuse you and reroute you. That's a strategy. God already knows this. So it's crucial to get tapped in and crucial to get to the secret place, because God will give you another strategy. So the blueprint itself is the same. The enemy detoured it or blocked it. You get tapped in. God give you another route. I'll give you a physical example to make it make sense. God, Lord, please give me the strength. I have supposed to have been on vacation, I think 2 or 3 times, 3 times this year. Now, mind you, there's vacations where I just go and straight turn up, like seriously. I'm not tapping. Well, no, let me take that back. I'm always tapped in, but it's not really my primary focus. That doesn't sound good, I know, but it's more so less about enjoyment. When there's times where my vacation is almost like a retreat. It's a solo vacation, all about tapping in to that still place, because I'm pulled in so many different directions in general, right? Like many of you guys are. So sometimes God will call you away, almost like a silent retreat, that type of thing. But you will know the difference when he's saying, this ain't that, right? This ain't even that. Don't even pack 2 bags. Just pack your Bible and pack a few things, because you're going to be stuck somewhere. Each and every one of those things have got blocked. Let it be through staffing issues, through just recently the Hurricane Melissa. It have thrown everything off. But I know God is trying to get things to me. An indication of that is how much the enemy is fighting me. Now, hear me again, be careful. This is why you got to know where you are, and you got to stay tapped in for yourself, because there are times where you may be trying to do something and it's God who's blocking it. Seriously, like he's trying to protect you. But then there's times that you've already gotten the confirmation. You've already sat long enough. You know that God is telling you, yes, this is me. But now the enemy is blocking that thing, because he knows at this level right now, for many chosen people, the downloads that we are receiving are next level shifts. So, all right, he blocked that. So instead of me being at a place where it's so peaceful and I can turn everything off, including this busy mind of mine. So instead of that, he blocks my trips and everything from a level of stress, work, distractions, etc. have amplified right now. Amplified. I know this. So now, okay, you're playing games right now. So I got to get a strategic way to create some kind of environment where I can still get my downloads. Now, get the whole point here. Ultimately, if vacation got canceled and you're just burnt out and you're tired and you're like, okay, it's blocked, then the average person does what? Just sit down. I mean, you're already frustrated, you're already tired, you're already like have a lack of energy, you're already exhausted, you're already under attack. So the average person just sit down. See, that you got to have some gruffness in you. You got to know what the enemy is doing. So, okay, all right, you want to play? Right? Lord, give me a strategic this, that, and the third. Give me strategic moves, strategic things to outsmart this A, B, C, and D. And guess what? I got strategic things. Ultimately, no, it's not a retreat, but it's sound enough to still get what I need. And guess what? When I get what I need, I'm also still getting strategic downloads on how to still make the retreat happen. So you see the whole point here. He will distract you and wear you out, hoping that you will just sit down and just take it, keep you from tapping in, and then you miss everything that you need. It's like a maze almost. So now, because I press forward, and now that I got downloads that I need, guess who's not bothering me? You can't give up. Like, you got to have staying power. You got to have fighting power. It's very, 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 very difficult. And this is why when we speak at the end about the things that you must put in place, you got to be firm. You have to be firm on the things you put in place, because this right here is more so less about you potentially missing destiny or your next level download for your next level assignments, or I'm sorry, it's about you missing your next level downloads, or about you placing up firm boundaries. Firm boundaries. The next thing is attack on your finances. Ultimately, again, see how all these things still go back to trying to wear you out, trying to get you out of alignment. Because if he attacked your finances, so let's just say God is requiring you to, I don't know, maybe God called you to relocate. Maybe God called you to go on a retreat or do this, whatever God is calling you to do. Well, what do the enemy need with your finances? What is he going to buy? So it's not even about your finances. It's not about your money. It's about wearing out your mental. It's about stressing you out. It's about preventing and blocking you from doing the very things that God is calling you to do. Next, delays. Not denials. He ain't that powerful, but delays. Because what happens when we start hitting delays, we start getting antsy. Well, I guess it wasn't God. I guess it was a familiar spirit. Delays. And again, right, this can go left or right, but we're kind of sticking with demonic spiritual attacks. Delays sometimes can be because of us, our own hard heads. We're not listening, right? We're not being obedient. So that can be for that too. But again, we're speaking from a demonic spiritual attack. The delays is again to wear you out because you give up, because you start making up excuses. It was never God and this, that, and third. All along it was, but he's blocking something. You spoke on something. You told that friend who tells the whole world, right? So you spoke on something, you said something out of frustration, like he heard you, and now he is delaying and blocking just to tire you out, just to get you to give up. Next, using people all around you to stress, distract, and cross your boundaries. Now, I'm going to go on to the next one because I'm going to elaborate on that towards the ending. But ultimately, he's using the very people around you. Of course, it would be the people closest to you, your coworkers, your family, your friends. Next, you have a loss of interest in the things that you want to love to do. So there's no, like, things that you, I don't know, maybe you are somebody who likes to garden, right? You got a green thumb. Or, I don't know, you're somebody who likes to, I don't know, whatever you like to do, right? This is the thing that typically pulls you away from all of your stress, right? It's the thing that you love. It's the thing that you will do for free if you had to. Now you have zero desire. People, places, are things. You have zero desires in things. Next, you feel stagnant, stuck, and even trapped. So the vision just popping up in my head. What do you call those things, like at the fair? It's like a mirror maze. And like no matter where you go, you hit. Child, I was in one of those things one time. Honey, one time is all it took. One time somebody come find me, I'm never coming back. Period. But that's the thing that's popping up in my head. It's like no matter what corner, left, right, up and down, honey, you feel stuck. You feel trapped. So then I'll tie that in with the next one, which is anxiety. You're dealing with anxiety, worry, and for some maybe depression, if you will. Again, remember too, this is also a time for seasonal depression from another standpoint. But you feel you can't. It's the feeling of you can't go back because there is no back. The God had burnt the bridge, right? So you can't go back. But then he hasn't opened the door to the next. Now it's going to open, but remember, you're dealing with the spiritual attack right now. So there's a lot of things that's going on. So that's why you feel stuck. You feel trapped. You don't even want to be in that same state anymore. God have given you the okay to relocate, but nothing's working out. You're trapped. You haven't got a job there yet. Maybe the housing that you applied for, the people ain't calling you back. Honey, you calling, stressing these people out 35,000 times per day. They're not answering the phone. but you can't go back to your mama house. You already put your 30-day notice in. You feel stuck. You feel trapped. You don't even like that woman, but you're stuck in the house with her. It's done. It's dead. It's over. Right? You like you don't even want to come home because it's that over. But yet that door still has not opened. But you know it's going to open because you feel it. But you feel stuck and stagnant because things are just not in alignment for you to make the move just yet. The last one. Actually, that was the last one. Yeah, because I tied in the anxiety and depression and worry with all the other stuff. All right, so what are things that we can do during this time? Okay, now everybody can't just pick up and go on vacation, right? Especially during these times now. So you have to create your own vacation. Guys, I'm telling you, please just hear me. Nature is a game changer for those of you, again, who may not really be in the nature, or you still kind of have like the mindset of the things that we were conditioned to believe about nature. Let it be walking on grass bare feet. Let it be going to nature trails and just sitting under a tree, writing in your journal, taking a walk, taking a stroll. But like, try to get around some trees when you take that. Like, nature is a game changer. It does something. It calms your spirit. You can hear more clearly through you can hear more clearly from the Holy Spirit. Some other things you can do is try your best to eat more clean, right? Less toxins, less sugar, if you will. Lots of hydration. I've been very transparent. Water is not my strong point. Let me take that back. I got to stop saying that. So I waste money. I do. I'm guilty. Getting IV hydrations, right? But in my defense, I get all my vitamins and all that stuff through the hydrations as well. But it's a waste of money. It's a lot of money, and it's a waste of money when truly you can just drink a whole gallon of water per day, right? I have more success on some days. Honey, the struggle is real. I won't even lie to you. Now, I don't drink sodas. I don't drink sweet drinks, but water is just really not my thing. I have to really force it. But try to eat more clean. There is something about when you're eating more clean, right? Even if you have to fast, intermittent fasting, is something about when you're eating more clean and when you're fasting, you receive more from the spiritual realm. I can't really even put it into terms. Even when you're working out, something seems more clear and free to receive. Now, again, with all the exhaustion, you're not going to feel like it, right? So it's not about if you feel like it. You have to be intentional to push past it, right? So when you push past it, then you'll realize, like, I am so glad I came today. I feel so much better. So the enemy is in your mind telling you, no, just stay and just rest more. Honey, you done slept 16 hours last night, right? right? So he'll try to like tell you, no, just go back to sleep. That's how he keeps you stuck in the depression. So again, it's not that you're going to feel like it, if you will, but you got to push past it. You have to encourage yourself. Don't even wait on anybody else to go with you. Encourage yourself and just go. Next. Listen. This is my whole life right now. I'm just going to be honest. Anything that pulls at my spirit, particularly if I've already said this day or this week, my mental health is not A1, right? This day or this week, there's a lot going on with work, this, that, and the third. This day, this week, I just can't be there. Please, I apologize. Give your girl some grace because I come through with everything else. This one time, I'm just not there. Anything, any person, any place that pulls at my spirit, meaning drains my spirit in a negative way, let it be through manipulation, because you put up boundaries, manipulation, trying to cross those boundaries, meaning you tell them this, I can't do this, and they're still doing the very thing that you asked them not to do. Remove these things, people, and places from your life, or put up extra firm boundaries until you get past this thing. Because sadly, you would think the people, but everybody's not as spiritually as inclined as yourself, or we all are on different spiritual levels. They don't even get it. They don't even understand because they're not on that level yet. But once they climb some more levels, they're going to be putting the same boundaries in place that you have to put in, and they're going to get it. They're going to get it, honey, because this thing is heavy. And see, you're still surface level. So you want to stress me out about petty stuff. I don't care about none of I don't care about none of that stuff. That's petty. You're not going to harass my nerves about it because I'm over here battling other things spiritually that you yourself can't understand. And that's okay. But because you can't understand it, then I have to verbalize it to you that, hey, I'm just not in a place to X, Y, and Z. Right? Love, or even common sense, would have them to say, you know what? I don't even get it, or I don't understand, but I respect your boundaries because I respect you. Anything that is pulling, see, the whole thing is you can't have, okay, here's the whole thing. So look at a cup in your vision, a cup of milk, right? A clear cup. And that cup is filled to the top with milk. So filled that it's almost spilling over, right? That's where we need to be spiritually. But of course, realistically, right, we dip back and forth. But with a lot of chosen ones right now, your cup may be just halfway. And for others, it's almost dry, honey. So the little bit, let's say your cup have a third of milk in it. That little bit milk in that cup, that's for you. That's to protect your mind. The enemy is trying to take your mind. Why do you think you feel like you're going crazy? He's trying to take your mind. So he's going to use the people. And if you don't have the boundaries to put in place, because maybe you may still be dealing with people pleasing, if you will. And so if somebody's manipulating you and trying to make you feel bad about your boundaries or crossing your boundaries or giving you the silent treatment because they're upset with you, honey, let these folks go. The enemy is trying to snatch your mind. You are the chosen one. And the crazy part about it is you're going to be responsible for the very same people who are harassing your nerve because they don't understand what you're going through or understanding your boundaries. Meaning, when you get this next download that's going to take you up some notches, right? God increases you. The revelations that you get, you're going to have to come back to these same people because they're so surface level. They don't even know what's going on. So God is, okay, that can look like an example. Let me give an example because I know I can get deep sometimes. The instruction that you need, that maybe you haven't gotten yet or you have gotten. You are the chosen one, so typically you're going to be responsible not only for your assignments and the people you're called to, but also for your family, your friends, etc., etc. I need you to get to the secret place. And if that means everybody gets in their feelings, it doesn't matter because you have to come back for them. You got to protect them. Once you get to that secret place, you get a download like everybody in your family needs passports. Everybody in your family needs dual citizenships. These are downloads that you will get as the chosen one that the others won't even understand, honey. They want to figure out when the next time the BET Awards coming on. You trying to sit here and like tap in to really get this information because things are going to get real, real bad. They're bad now, but honey, so now you tap in, get everything you need. God provides you with the resources to get all this stuff done for them. Now when things go haywire and things get real crazy, and we have no choice but to get on the plane and head up to another, like you're already advanced. And then they're looking at you like, oh, you're so good. But you're trying to prevent me from even getting there now. So that's the whole point, chosen one. They don't understand it. Respectfully, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you're just the chosen one and you gotta, right? But if they can't understand it, it is then your responsibility to remove them until this thing passes, or indefinitely, or more firm boundaries. Okay, for example, just an example. Let me see what I can pop in my head with more firm boundaries. You have a cousin. You know, her cup ain't all the way full mentally, right? So she calls you and she calls you and this is not my story. This is not my story. I promise you guys. I'm giving an example here, right? Your cousin who her cup is not all the way, honey, her buggy is not all the way full. This girl calls you and I mean stress you out about about foolishness, right? But you love her. Right? So then there's times where you got to just, like now, you can't entertain that stuff. So you let her know, like, listen, Cuzzle, like, seriously, you know, I love you. This, that, and the third, but your girl is going through some things. Like, I got to really tap in right now. Like, God is really calling me to be very, very tunnel vision right now. There's information he got to get out to us. This, that, and the third. I know you call me 35,000 times per day, but I'm going to only be able to talk to you once a week. It has nothing to do with you. Seriously. This is all me. I'm the problem. A good problem, but I'm the problem. Okay, I have to talk to you once a week. She says okay. But then, as a few hours pass, a few days pass, Satan done drop in her head. Well, you see, you know, she thinks she's all that now. She forgot where she came from. This foolishness. She ain't got bird brain, so she take bait. And now she's looking at you sideways, causing problems and ruckus. Now telling everybody in the family that you forgot where you came from, even though you're fighting for the family. Tell everybody, now everybody in the family calling you. Now you see how she adds all that stress on? Or now she's blowing you up 3 times per week when you told her once per week. All right, new boundaries. And since you don't respect the boundary of we speaking 1 day per week, now I have to push it back to 1 month. I'm sorry, 1 day per month. You don't respect the first boundary. So if you don't, now I really got the right to remove you, period. Because now you're playing with me. Now you're showing me that you really don't care about me, right? But I'm going to try to work with you because I know you don't have bird brains and your buggy ain't all the way full. You don't tell her that. What you ain't going to do is stress me out. All right. Now, you mess around and cross my boundary one more time, meaning now you're not respecting the once per month. Now you're still starting other rumors and confusion and strife within the family. Honey, I'm going to block you till Jesus come home or until I come up out of this thing and then my cup is all the way back filled. And then I may have a few days per month to entertain your foolishness. But you're not going to stress me out when my cup is already. That's a trick of the enemy. And even I've heard, I don't know for a fact, but I've heard people in regards to religion say things like that. Like, even when your cup is empty, you need to still be pouring out. Listen, I will only agree to that if you are pouring out in a way that is related, that is your purpose in your calling, because there's grace to carry you. Like, even now, if I didn't have grace or convictions to be making YouTube, honey, listen, I love you guys, but I know if my mental health slip and I'm somewhere, I'm no good to you and I'm no good to my family. I'm nope, right? I don't care how much videos that I'm grateful and I'm thankful. But if I don't have the grace to cover me because I'm going through something, I'm pulling back, point blank, period. You got to know when the enemy is trying to snatch your mind. So you can be going through things, but then there's still grace to get certain things done. In fact, that was my next thing. Focus on the things that God called you to focus on. You're not equipped to focus on everything right now. It's specifically the things that God calls you to that can look like your family, and even sometimes, right, that can look like your family, but ultimately that's going to be more or less related to your purpose and your calling, because you get fuel from that sometimes. The right time. The right time, you will get fuel from it. If you're doing it just to please people and it's not what God is, God's telling you to take a rest. He's telling you, Pastor, like your mind is slipping. Like, please, you're not the only pastor. You're not the only one that they can hear from. Like, if you end up in a mental hospital somewhere, these people won't even come and see you. So once you hear from God and if God is telling you to take a break, please obey, because people will pull and pull and pull and pull. People will think that you're machines and you're human just like them. So you got to stay tapped in to know what God is saying. That people-pleasing spirit will take you out if you're not careful. Seriously. Limit social media, if you will, unless it's something that's filling you up. Speaking of that, that was another thing. You got to get filled up. So find your scriptures. Find those YouTube worship songs. Find those people that really pour into your spirit, right? And replace that with the things that deplete in just those. Every time you're on social media, whatever, you'll see something like, oh, an 8-year-old have passed away, or this is that. Like, they're putting all that stuff right in your face. That stuff is also pulling from your spirit, right? It's further depleting you. So limit your distractions on social media, with the exception of replacing the things that withdraw from your spirit with things that fill your spirit. I said this: remove petty people, things, people who are just trying to manipulate you, give you the silent treatment, who are just in their feelings, calling you when you say you don't like seriously, right? Just, if you can't go on vacation, create your vacation. I said that. Limit social media. Cut corners. That's the last thing. Cut corners. Cut corners. Cut corners. Sometimes even in the places where you are used to having the spirit of excellence. Not cut corners in the sense of things go lacking, but don't overdo yourself just because you can do it when you already are not, you're not filled right now. An example of that can look like, maybe you are the mother or the wife who, like, you believe in cooking a hot home cooked meal every day. Home cooked meal every day, even though you work 40 hours a week. Okay, fine, great. You're the person, you put love in your pot, honey. You don't want everything got to be fresh. So, it takes you 2 hours, honey, to shave these garlics, cut up these peppers. It takes you 4 hours to create a meal, right? And you just don't have that in you right now. You're tired, you're exhausted. Take out, point blank period. Take out. Take out. You're still going to eat, family, right? You're still going to eat. But I don't have it in me to get and I'm telling you, people will still pull at you and want that. So you got to find, and again, this is not something that's long term. This is just something to help you get over this hump. Take out, point blank period. DoorDash, point blank period. I promise I'll get back to that, but I got to get over this hump if you guys want me here long term, because I'm no good to you if I'm somewhere laying up in a mental hospital because I can't put up boundaries in place when I'm going through a spiritual attack, when my cup is empty. If anything, I need you guys to help me out. If you want to come cut these onions yourself, right? If you really want to help your girl out here. So guys, ultimately, again, this is more so less about understanding that the enemy is trying to wear you out. Right. Ultimately, he wants to take you out, but he's trying to wear you out. It's about you understanding what you can and what you cannot do. It's about understanding that this is just, this will come to an end. There's a lot going on right now, and the enemy is not happy. So he is fighting any and everybody who is part of God's program. So guys, just stay strong. Do not give up. Get to the secret place. Push yourself. Get to the secret place. If the enemy is blocking something, God have a strategic way around it, but you got to get to the secret place. Ask God for strategic ideas about the very thing that's fighting you, right? it could be, let's say it's an infirmity within your body, some kind of health thing. Ask God for a strategic idea. He may give you something like, for example, he may just say magnesium, vitamin D, right? Because those things are great for, not speaking clinical, but for depression and low moods. Vitamin D shots are a game changer, seriously, right? But the point is, he'll give you some kind of strategic thing specifically for you during that time. And that's just one example, but I wanted to share that. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.